What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we are going to be continuing with the Trading Every Player rebuild series, and today we have the Denver Nuggets. So the Nuggets are currently 24-13 at the time I am recording this. They are the 1 seed in the Western Conference. They have the 3rd best record in the league, and Nikola Jokic is playing like he wants to win a 3rd straight MVP. I mean, the man is absolutely unstoppable. I watched him drop a triple-double against my Celtics. It's seriously insane, the things this man can do with a basketball. Unfortunately today, we're not going to be able to use him because we are going to be going ahead and we're going to be trading him along with the rest of this roster, with the end goal ultimately being winning a championship. And finally, of course, as always, before we do get into this video, of course, if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe to the channel, join the community. We'd love to have you around here. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section, whether they are Trading Every Player rebuilds, historic rebuilds, rebuild challenges, or anything else you guys may have. Let me know all that down below. And yeah, man, hopefully getting back to a somewhat normal schedule here. As I mentioned, I was home for the holidays, and it's been a little crazy, a little hectic in my life. But hopefully we are good, back to the normal, regularly scheduled programs. And yeah, man, this is a talented Nuggets team. Let's blow it up. Let's get into it. And quickly, before we do get into some of these really big trades we're going to make, I want to give a really big thank you to Aaron. He's a subscriber of mine. He DMs me on Twitter sometimes. We have some good conversations. Thank you, Aaron, if you're watching this video. Aaron basically told me this. When you're doing a Trading Every Player video, select every team, then unselect the other 29 teams so that no one's untouchable. Basically meaning there's no untouchables in these rebuilds moving forward if we're getting some really cool trades and you guys enjoy seeing no untouchables. Let me know all that down below in the comment section. But once again, thank you, Aaron. I'm hoping to have some really good trades today. Now let's get into this. Let's go over this roster real quick. Obviously, you know the majority of it. I mean, it's Jokic, Murray, Gordon, MPJ, Highland. I mean, you know what it looks like. Are we really going to be able to find blockbuster trades for some of these players down here? No. But Nikola Jokic, I'd like to get the best player possible. And to be completely honest with you, I've already looked at some of the potential offers I've been able to get for him just while throwing him in the trade finder. The best one that jumps out at me is Kawhi Leonard. And the thing about that is I'd love to have Kawhi Leonard. He just is 31 and he's going to regress. So I don't know if that's my best option, but it's not every day I can trade for Kawhi Leonard either. So definitely debating what I actually might try to do, because if you're looking at these other offers here, these are players that I have in the past or am very much able to trade for right now currently. So none of those really entice me as much as Kawhi, but Kawhi still doesn't even entice me as much. Also, what is Portland cooking here? We are going to try to maybe make a trade manually for another superstar. I don't know if you guys want to count that as going against the rules, but I'm going to give it a go in today's video and let me know down below in the comment section. But let's try to make that happen. So I'm officially out of options at this point. I have now sat here for a very long time, and I have attempted to manually make a trade involving Nikola Jokic for a superstar player for way too long. And it's just apparent to me at this point that it's not going to happen. And I think really the reason why that's not happening is because we're so restricted. I have 1 draft pick that's not a protection backup that I can trade. And at this point, man, I can't trade any other players on this team because one, the money doesn't work, or whatever the situation may be, it's just not happening in today's video. So the next time we do one of these rebuilds and I have a star player, hopefully it will be with a team that has a lot more draft assets that I can include in potentially some sort of manual trade. As of now, Kawhi Leonard is going to be our guy. I don't think it's the best trade in the world, but I tried for Embiid, I tried for LeBron, I tried for Luka, I tried for Steph, I tried for KD, I tried for Tatum. I don't know if I tried for Ja, but I tried. I tried for everybody, and it just legitimately was not happening. Which means at this point in time, we are going to go out and we are going to take Kawhi Leonard off the hands. Where the fuck did Kawhi go? Okay, thank God. You know, for me, it's not like I'm getting a bad player in any way, shape, or form by acquiring Kawhi Leonard. I mean, I'm not upset about that, and he's not a player I'm able to get often, but just for somebody like Nikola Jokic in the current state that he's playing at versus Kawhi's current state, not that Kawhi sucks or anything, but you got to get my point. It doesn't feel like the best move for me, but it's the move we're going to be making today because I got to trade that man. That's the first trade in the books. Next move here is going to be coming with the Sacramento Kings, Jamal Murray, and a first-round pick for De'Aaron Fox. Now, we're not going to be a team that's going into any sort of rebuild here even for 1 year. I want to be competing for championships here throughout this 3-year rebuild. So giving up a draft pick, our only draft pick that we can actually trade, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world when we're trying to win. So De'Aaron Fox, welcome to the team. In my opinion, he's an upgrade over Jamal Murray. I'm not getting too deep into that conversation right now. Just my opinion. So if we're thinking about this strategically, we have our starting small forward. We have our starting point guard. We also acquired John Wall in that deal, and I'm not saying he's a bad player. Is he somebody I want starting on a team that I'm trying to win a championship with? Not really, to be honest with you. So we'll see what we end up doing with him. As of now, we have to go find ourselves a shooting guard, a power forward, and a center, and we only have 2 really, starting caliber players to do that. So Let's start looking. Nikola Vucevic, not bad. He plays a lot better. And actually, I can't even say that. He puts up a shit ton of rebounds in real life as well. This trade excites me. Now, that kills two birds with one stone. And I honestly don't think that's the worst idea in the world with kind of the limited assets that we currently have on this team right now. I love Şengün, but I have to give Zeke Naji there as well. Ooh, Klay Thompson. I like Klay, but yeah, probably not. I feel like for me, this trade here with the Atlanta Hawks is probably my best bet. I mean, again, these guys are both somewhat lower overalls than where I would maybe hope they would be at right now, especially John Collins. But you know what? They're on multi-year deal. Actually, maybe not Clint Capella. My bad. I thought he was on a multi-year deal. He is. We're going to go ahead. We're going to make this trade. Welcome to the team, John Collins. Welcome to the team, Clint Capella. That figures out our entire front court. Now all we have to do is go ahead and get a shooting guard, and we have Michael Porter Jr.'s $30 million contract. Hopefully go out and do that. So, good trade for Chris Middleton. Maybe move him to the 2. He's a little tall for that, though. Could go Scary Terry. That would also acquire us a draft pick. Jalen Brunson here is a decent option. I just don't know how well he would fit, honestly, in a backcourt with De'Aaron Fox. I just don't know about that one. I like Miles Turner. We unfortunately don't need a center. D'Lo, again, no. I could go Klay Thompson, take Klay in the first round pick, maybe trade Klay in the offseason. You know what? Screw it. I don't really ever trade for Klay Thompson. He's at a peak overall right now in 2K23 anyways at an 85. I'm not expecting Klay to be putting up these numbers right here, but if he can be somewhere in the mid-teen or high teens and something like that, shoot well, we'll get some value for him in the offseason. So no, this is not the greatest trade in the world, but it's going to acquire our final starter. I'll see you guys for the rest of the trades. We are going to be sending Deshaun Highland and Ish Smith over to the Utah Jazz. We're going to be acquiring Jared Vanderbilt and Udoka Azubuike. And they're going to be coming back here and both being very, very important backups for us. And two guys I hope to have maybe in the rotation for the entirety of this video. Welcome to the team. That's not a bad deal at all. For the guys that are going to be coming off the bench that we can still trade, Deshaun Bones Highland was probably our best player. And I think we got a pretty good piece for him here in Jared Vanderbilt. He'll be backing up John Collins there at the 4. So that's a pretty good kind of bench move. What we have to do at this point is clear out the rest of the guys that were on this roster already while still bolstering the bench. So we have our starting power forward, our backup power forward. We have our starting center. And I maybe could roll with Azubuike as my backup center. Might still be a year away, though. So Zeke Naji's probably going to be the next guy I consider moving. Thinking of hopefully getting some sort of guard. Kawhi Leonard's backup will probably come last just because he's our highest overall. Probably playing the least amount of minutes. Preferably somebody young with some team control that obviously has some potential. I think that's obviously a huge factor in this situation. And I like Emmanuel Quickly right off the bat. I'm really thinking this might be our best bet. As another year team control, only have to give up a second-round pick. Sign me up for that 10 times out of 10. So welcome to the team, Emmanuel Quickly. He'll be backing up Klay Thompson off the bench for now. We now have to go ahead and we have John Wall. I forgot about that. So we need a small forward at this point, and then maybe a new backup center, but that's really it. And the rest of the guys will probably get traded for some draft picks. So again, I apologize that these intros take so long, but I know some of you guys actually really enjoy seeing how this process is done, and some of you guys are just shut the hell up, get to the point. But I try to balance it out, get the best of both worlds for everybody. So I'm thinking small forward right now. That's basically the last backup position in the rotation that I need, and we're kind of all set. And of course, while I say that, I don't get offered a single decent small forward. How about if I just do? How would Peyton Watson and Conchar? How about that? Conchar? Is that how you pronounce it? Sam Hauser is a sniper from deep occasionally. I don't know if that's really what I'm feeling, though. Torrey Craig on an expiring contract, but we also do get a draft pick there. You know what? Yeah, give me Torrey Craig. I'm going to move him to the small forward spot. We also get a draft pick from the Phoenix Suns. All right, I believe that we are now basically all set in terms of starters and backups that will be in the rotation. And, well, maybe a new backup center. Actually, you know what? No, screw it. I'll roll with Azubuike. I want to progress him as much as possible. So, DJ, Jeff Green, Devon Reed, and Archie Diakono was not here. All going to get me draft picks, though. Let's go ahead and do that. Starting out by sending Devon Reed over to the Los Angeles Clippers, our second trade with the Clippers in today's video. And we are going to be acquiring a pick swap with the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2025. Not a bad trade for a guy that was definitely not going to be in the rotation. Jeff Green, 36 years old, been around the league for a long time. Maybe a team that's maybe contending would want him. I don't really have any specific player I need back. If I can't get a draft pick, I'm going to want somebody, obviously. Actually, there's a draft pick. Thank you very much. And our final trade right here, DeAndre Jordan, who actually hasn't been as bad in the times that I've seen him play for the Denver Nuggets as maybe everybody thought he was going to be, because a lot of people before this season started, and even for the beginning of this season, were saying, how is this man employed right now? And it wasn't a crazy argument, but I definitely do not really expect to get anything of crazy value here for him. I'm thinking I could love Conchar back, but I can't do that. A first-round pick for 72 overall, DeAndre Jordan, 10 times out of 10. Let's take that trade. I believe we're all set with everything else. I don't think there's anything major, so let's go ahead and set the rotation. We have finalized all the trades we're going to make before we do get into year one. I'm sorry this is taking so long, but, we tried out a few new things, and I hope you guys all feel free to leave your comments down below. Let me know some feedback. All right, here's how it's going to look. It's going to be De'Aaron Fox, Klay Thompson, and Kawhi Leonard. Pretty talented 1 through 3 right there. I'm not in love with our front court, to be honest with you. I don't love John Collins and Clint Capella. I also don't think the Atlanta Hawks use Clint Capella right. John Collins right. I don't think they really use their 4 at all, just from what I've seen and what I've heard. For me, this is still an extremely talented starting 5. It's a starting 5 that I really didn't think would look this good going into this video with, kind of the assets that the Denver Nuggets have, but it's not a bad team. I definitely expect to be somewhat near the top of the West. The bench is actually really good as well. We got John Wall, Jared Vanderbilt, Emmanuel Quickley, Torrey Craig, and Udoka Azubuike. So 6, 7, 8, extremely talented. These are guys that have and could be, honestly, in a starting rotation. I like the team a lot. I'm excited to see what happens. See you guys the end of year one here in Denver. Year one ended a lot better than I honestly thought it would. We went 62-20, which I'm assuming is good enough for a 1 spot in the West, and overachieved, honestly, in my opinion, which I'm definitely not mad about. Hopefully it translates and continues here in the NBA playoffs. So Ja Morant, first career MVP. Yeah, definitely deserving with some numbers like that. I thought it would be cool to see maybe Jokic get a 3-peat in the MVP department with his new home in LA. Would have been cool. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year, definitely making a strong case for that right now. John Wall wins 6th Man of the Year for us. It's a thing of beauty. You love to see it. Giannis wins Depoy. Alperen Sengun, Most Improved in Houston. Mike Malone wins Coach of the Year for us. Assuming that also means we had the best record in the entirety of the NBA. That's typically how it works here in 2K. And we did. We were 12 games ahead of the 2-seeded New Orleans Pelicans. I will take that 10 times out of 10. Let's dive into the numbers a little bit. It is De'Aaron Fox, Klay Thompson, John Wall, Kawhi Leonard. Oh, baby. Yeah, so, I always know something like this is going to happen with Kawhi. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying that I expected, these numbers from Kawhi, but, 15.5 points a game. You don't love seeing that. His shooting numbers are down from last year as well, especially that 3-point percentage, which you don't love. Even the free throw percentage. God damn, Kawhi. I don't really know what it's about, man. I don't know. Maybe he's in the wrong system. Maybe he has the wrong team built around him, whatever it may be. It was definitely not Kawhi's greatest year. Now, he's definitely a guy I'd like to have in the playoffs, though, because he's an experienced, proven, veteran, winning, and Finals MVP that I sure as shit hope can help us beat the Warriors here in round 1, because the defending champions scare the absolute hell out of me. Let's see if we can get by the Golden State Warriors here in round 1. They won the play-in. We are currently up 3-1. We do end up winning in 5. We're moving on to the Minnesota Timberwolves here in round number 2. It's D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. The Rudy Gobert trade for me is still one of the most interesting ones I've ever seen. I can sit here from anybody's perspective, and anybody can honestly do this, and say, when I got that notification on my phone that happened, and that trade happened, and, just the assets that Minnesota gave up to acquire Rudy Gobert, who's, a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner, it almost blew my mind considering that return. Because 5 draft picks for anybody is a lot, but 5 draft picks for somebody who really doesn't provide a ton of offense, that's kind of crazy for me. It's just my opinion, and who knows, maybe Minnesota can maybe work some things out. As of now, that's looking like one of the worst trades I've seen in a long time. Let's get into the playoffs, though. Sorry for my hot minute with Massa, I guess. We're up 3-1. We are up 3-2, and we do end up winning in 6. We're in the Western Conference Finals, and oh boy. Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Bruce Brown-Rocco, and Nikola Jokic, who in his first season here with the LA Clippers did 22 points, 11 boards, almost 10 assists. So he averaged almost a triple-double. He's currently averaging a triple-double here in the playoffs. And you know what, man? They scare me a lot. Paul George always scares me. Nikola Jokic definitely scares me. We do win in 5, though. It's a thing of beauty. We are taking on Darius Garland and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can we talk about Donovan Mitchell for a second? Dropping 1 points last night? Is that what it was? Was it 71 or was it more? Whatever the hell he dropped. More than 70 points. Ridiculous. absolutely ridiculous. And, you know, that Cavs team is going to be a problem in the playoffs. I can tell you right now. They might not have the experience, especially in that starting five, but with guys like Kevin Love who have been there before, they're going to be a scary team to watch. Let's see if we can beat them in the finals right now. They're not a team I ever like facing, even in year one. We're currently down 3-1, down 3-2. I don't really want to hop in right now. You know, for me, I think I'd like to hop in, especially not in Game 6. If I have to in Game 7, I will. But, you know, if we're winning here and maybe convincingly, hopefully, keep the goddamn lead. Thank you. But we're going to Game 7 now. If I have to hop in this one, I obviously will because it's, you know, kind of do or die. We're on our home floor. I'd like to just win a championship convincingly here in year one, though. And I say that because this has already been the longest, you know, beginning to a video in a long, long time. I've been recording for 32 minutes. I have no idea how long of this you guys have seen. I don't know. We win a championship in year one, and De'Aaron Fox goes on to win Finals MVP. Did not see that one coming. So, I don't know. I didn't know if this was a championship caliber team. 2K obviously agrees with me. And, yeah, I guess they see it my way. Let's get into the draft lottery. Obviously, we're not going to have any picks here, as we barely had any picks. Anyways, it is the OKC Thunder, the Sacramento Kings, Orlando Magic, San Antonio Spurs, Utah Jazz as your top five. Mike Malone just won a Coach of the Year and coached us all the way to a Finals and a championship ring. He's not going anywhere. We will hit the draft. I don't know if we have our draft pick this year. We do not, but we do have the Warriors pick at number 18. I don't know. Maybe we could use a new backup small forward, new backup center, whatever it may be. Let's see some options here. At number 18, Scoot Henderson goes 1. I don't know why that always happens, but it does. Chris Murray, I believe, what? Brother of Keegan Murray, correct? I could be wrong. Cameron Whitmore is here. I was seeing a lot of good things about this man. Now, don't hold... Oh, Derek Whitehead's here as well. I actually think he's a higher touted prospect. I'm not going to look up a mock draft just because, don't get me wrong, I obviously care about my videos a lot, but here in 2K, it's not nearly as important as it is in real life. Cameron Whitmore or Derek Whitehead? I'm taking Derek Whitehead. It could... Oh, shit. Did not mean to do that. Who the fuck? It could be the wrong pick, but you know what? I'm going to take Derek Whitehead. Welcome to Denver. Probably going to be my new backup small forward. Oh, shit. Maybe it was definitely the wrong pick. John Wall, Emmanuel Quickly, Adoka Azubuike, Karen Colin Gillespie. No. All going to be coming back here. Now, John Wall might regress. It definitely makes me nervous. We have a team that definitely has some young talent on it, but there's also some potential liabilities on this team as well. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, you saw the tough year he just had. I think we all know Klay Thompson's going to regress, which means it's probably time to make some trades. Let's get into them. So I didn't want to trade Kawhi, but when this trade came up, it almost felt too good to be true. I mean, this is just an impossible situation, an impossible trade to say no to. Anthony Edwards, former number 1 overall pick, is a future superstar in this league. He's 21 years old, only going to improve. Kawhi Leonard coming off his worst season in a long time, making $45 million, and we get Karl-Anthony Towns. We do have to give up Emmanuel Quickly, but it is the final year of his deal. This feels like a no-brainer to me. We get an upgrade at the power forward spot, and Anthony Edwards is most likely soon to be, you know, and at least an overall-wise, going to be an upgrade over Kawhi Leonard. So, welcome to the team, Ant. Welcome to the team, Kawhi. I'm super excited to have both these guys here. We are definitely not done making trades. I'll see you guys with the next move. Definitely a bit of a weird one here, and I'm sure a lot of you are saying, what the hell are you doing? You just traded for Karl-Anthony Towns. You don't need a power forward. Well, I'm going to slide Cat back to center. Paolo Banchero going to be my starting power forward. He's coming off a rookie season where he just won Rookie of the Year. I mean, he's only a positive asset at this point. I mean, he's trending upwards into the stars, and Klay Thompson, John Collins, neither of which are really impressing me too much. So, Paolo Banchero going to come in here, going to be my new starting power forward. We also get Markelle Fultz. He'll come off the bench, most likely replace John Wall. But we still do have a glaring hole now at the shooting guard spot, so let's go find that upgrade. We are going to attempt to acquire Zach LaVine here from the Chicago Bulls. Now, Zach LaVine, without a doubt, is not having his greatest career season with the Chicago Bulls. I think we all know that. Here in 2K, on the other hand, he just came off a year of 27 points, 4 boards, 4.5 assists. So I'd like to have Zach LaVine here. He's a 52 almost percent field goal percentage and almost 40, or actually exactly 41% from 3. So I'd like to do this. John Wall is definitely going to regress hard. You all know that. Clint Capella at this point for me really doesn't really do too much. So we have definitely made a whole lot of changes with this roster, and it definitely is going to scare me a little bit because ultimately we just completely blew up a team that just won a championship, and that's obviously going to scare anybody. And again, I do apologize for this video being so long, but the way that roster was constructed, it was not lasting very much longer. So at this point in time, we need a backup center and we need a backup shooting guard, and I'm basically fine by that. I think we're in a really interesting spot right now where we just completely blew up a team that just won a championship. You don't do that often. We're going to bring in Montrezl Harrell. He's going to go ahead and be the backup now for Karl-Anthony Towns. And in terms of the shooting guard spot, I don't know. Oh, God. Actually, let me re-sign Torrey Craig and then let me trade Torrey Craig. Sound fair? I think it sounds fair. Let's go ahead and move Torrey Craig now, and that'll be our final move. And we will head into year 2, hopefully going out and competing for another championship, maybe even winning a second straight one. Chayab Gajay, not the best option, but you know what? He is young. Maybe he can develop. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2 here in Denver. We went ahead and completely blew this team up in the offseason. We went ahead and we traded away Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, Clint Capella, and Klay Thompson. That is 4 out of the 5 starters we had on a championship-winning team last season. Now, that's not the greatest recipe for success by any means, but the team we put together, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I think I prefer it a lot more. And hopefully that works out and 2K agrees with me, maybe gives me another ring, but only time will tell. Here's how it's going to look. It's De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero, Karl Anthony Towns. Now, I don't actually trade for a lot of these guys too often, to be completely honest with you. I mean, especially the 3, 4, 5. If they're not guys I get a ton. The bench unit's okay. It definitely got a little bit worse. We have Markelle Fultz now here instead of John Wall. You can get into that debate. We have Jared Vanderbilt still here, and ultimately we really did lose Emmanuel quickly. We didn't really do too good of a job replacing him, but we got Montrezl Harrell now. We did replace him with a Chayab Gajay, and we drafted Dariq Whitehead. So very TBD if that was the right draft pick or not. But I like this team a lot, man. I have very high hopes. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. We went 59-23 this year, which by no means is a bad record. Yes, it is 3 games worse technically than our 62-win season last year, but I'm never going to be upset about a 59-win season. Hopefully that is good enough for the 1 spot here in the West. Luka Doncic MVP. Look, I would sit here time after time with you, and I think everybody would agree with me that seeing some of these stat lines that 2K projects Luka to have and his MVP seasons here in 2K are some of the most ridiculous things that we've ever seen in real life. Then the man goes out and does it in real life, so it's not that crazy anymore. He's probably my pick currently for MVP. He was my pick preseason, and right now the man deserves it. I think the Dallas Mavericks are quite literally a lottery team without this man. So my MVP right now, honestly surprised he didn't win it in year 1 as well. Gregory Jackson takes home Rookie of the Year. Ended up going number 4 overall. Wins it over Scoot. Wins it over Victor. Very interesting. Congrats, Gregory. Ben Simmons, 6th Man of the Year. Congrats, Brickleberry. Giannis wins Depoy. Cade Cunningham, Most Improved. JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. So we did not have the best record in the league, unfortunately. But we did have the best record here in the West for the 2nd straight season. Pelicans only 5 games behind us. Oops, wrong button. They're definitely sneaking up on us. Cavs looking for a little bit of revenge here, maybe in the NBA Finals. Let's dive into the numbers. Zach LaVine, good season. Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero, De'Aaron Fox, Karl Anthony Towns. So the scoring definitely spread out a bit, which honestly I'm kind of fine with if this team's going to play really well and hopefully get back to the Finals. God damn it, keep Nikola Jokic away from me. I do not want to play this man. I really, really do not. And I like Karl Anthony Towns a lot, but I do not want him matching up with Jokic defensively, and God fucking damn it, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh my God, they blew a 3-1 lead. We are taking on the 4-seeded young team Houston Rockets. Wow, Christian Wood made his way back to Houston. Not sure how that happened. Jalen Green looking like a stud. Why are we losing game 1s that we really should not be losing? Okay, come on, 2K. Don't do this with me today, man. I made a ton of big moves, and I have to hopefully be rewarded for my risk. And that's not going to happen here if you keep screwing with me. All right, Zion, who I just got a tweet alert from Woj, is out for like multiple weeks with a hamstring injury, I believe, which just sucks so bad. The Pelicans are such a fun team to watch. We're down 2-1, we're down 3-1, and that's all she wrote. We are not going back to the Finals. Oh, my God. Is what it is. Cavs get their revenge, I guess. It wasn't on us, so I don't really count it. Donovan Mitchell goes on to win Finals MVP. This dude is just ridiculous. It's insane. All right, 3rd and final season. My one and probably only priority at this point is maybe bolstering our bench a little bit. Our starting 5, in my opinion, is probably as good as it's going to get. I don't really think there's... Whoa, what the hell? Spurs have number 1 and 2 overall. That is insane. Has that ever happened before? Like, I'm sure teams have had back-to-back draft picks, but like 1 and 2 or like maybe even 2 and 3 or 3 and 4. That ever happened? I don't know why. Well, it's probably going to happen to the Thunder at some point. Mike Malone's not going anywhere. Championship year 1, 59 wins year 2, Western Conference Finals. I'm not that mad about it. I did not even see if we have a draft pick. My mistake. I do not need either of these. So I don't want Cleveland's pick. They just won the Finals. Not that any of these teams' picks are really going to be that valuable, but I don't even know. Sixers, whatever. It's not. None of those picks are going to be good. They're just going to be trade assets down the line. Let's go ahead. Rookie signings, we obviously have nobody. Hit team player options. Banchero, Chayab Gajay coming back. Qualifying, Ant is definitely a big one, obviously. Probably just going to give him the qualifying. It's the final year of this rebuild anyways. It kind of makes the most sense for me, in my opinion. And I'd definitely like to get Jared Vanderbilt back. How about 18 mil roughly a year? Markelle Fultz was a good piece off the bench for me as well. I'd like to get them back. So other than that, there's not many moves we're going to make in terms of like major pieces on this team. For me right now, I think maybe bolstering our bench a little bit is kind of my number one, my only real priority. So I'm cool with Fultz. I'm somewhat okay with a Chayab Ghazi. I don't love him there. Dariq Whitehead, I just don't know. Vanderbilt's fine. Montrezl Harrell's probably fine. He might regress a little bit, but let's just see if maybe we can get an upgrade for Dariq Whitehead. I mean, again, it is my fault. I made the draft pick. Gordon Hayward's just too old. Let me actually sign. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sign Kevon Looney. I like him actually a little bit more. Going to come in, going to be my new backup center, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trade Montrezl Harrell along with Dariq Whitehead, and we are going to hopefully go ahead and find an upgrade here at the backup small forward spot. And it's going to be our final move. Again, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. Cameron Whitmore was the guy that I probably should have drafted. We also get Darius Baisley in this trade, which I don't really need him, to be completely honest with you. Zaire Williams isn't even a bad piece. Jalen McDaniels. I actually kind of like Jalen McDaniels a lot. I wish... Ooh, Jaron Walker. Whoa. Impressive rookie season. But he's a 79 overall. Or Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah, let me take Jonathan Kuminga. I'm going to move him to the small forward spot. Even if it's not his natural position, he's going to be fine for a year. So Jonathan Kuminga. Actually, or maybe Vanderbilt be the better option. Low key, would Vanderbilt be the better? He actually probably is. Okay, what I'm going to do now is basically just swap his backup position. I'll see you guys at the start of, third and final year. It is officially the final season for us here in Denver. We ultimately did not win a championship last year after we traded 4 out of 5 starters on a championship team. Obviously, that move's not looking the greatest right now, but I like this team a lot, man. I really do. I'm hoping to get back to the finals. Maybe win a second one in this video. So here's how it's going to look. Here's a squad. De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero, Karl Anthony Towns, bench unit, Jared Vanderbilt, Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Kuminga, Kevon Looney, Chayab Ghazi. I don't know if it's enough. I really hope it is. I'll see you guys at the end of the third and final year. Year 3 ends. We have a third different MVP, which is always cool. I like to see it. Darius Garland wins the MVP award this time. I'm not even going to lie. I was on Twitter. I did not see the record here in the final season. I'm hoping it was good. Justin Edwards, Rookie of the Year. Scoot Henderson. What? Oh, I guess, you know what? OKC has a lot of talent. Chet Holmgren wins Defensive Player of the Year. Amen Thompson, Most Improved. And, oh, wow, we had a good year. 71-11 here for our final season in Denver. Obviously hoping for a second championship of this video. It is by far our best regular season record. And I'm hoping it's a pretty fun and, pretty long playoff run. Who we got in round 1? It's going to be the Dallas Mavericks, so... All right, so our old friend Klay Thompson, it's basically kind of Luka and a bunch of other talent at this point. Okay, of course he wins game 1. There's something about this man that playing him in 2K especially just scares the living shit out of me. It's a gentleman's sweep. We win 4 straight after losing the first one. We have the young and up-and-coming OKC Thunder here. I mean, they're young, they're up-and-coming, but they have a shitload of talent on that team. That is going to be a problem in a couple years. Thank God this rebuild ends after this season. Pelicans here in the Western Conference Finals. This is the team that beat us last year and ultimately was the reason we weren't in the finals. Hopefully we can get a little bit of revenge this year. And we are going to the NBA Finals. Paolo Banchero wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons actually sweep the 1-seeded Cavs, who won the finals last year. Were in it the year before. Let's see, Cade, Ivy, Jaron Walker, Marvin Bagley. Didn't Jaron Walker just not even play last year? Yeah, he didn't. Maybe I should have traded for him, but whatever. Let's see what ends up happening here. We end up winning game 1, lose game 2, win game 3, lose game 4, win game 5, and we win game 6. We go on to win our second championship. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Let me get this straight. The man that won Finals MVP averaged 12 points, 7 boards, 5 assists. He shot 37% from the field and less than 29% from 3. Just give it to Chayab Ghazi at that point. I mean, what the fuck? Nonetheless, we do go on to win our second straight championship, so I can't be too mad. This was a super fun team. We put together an extremely talented squad, and ultimately, with the current assets that I saw that the Denver Nuggets had, I didn't really think it'd be possible to put together a team this talented, but we did it. Obviously, we don't have a player near the caliber of Nikola Jokic right now, but I still like the team a lot, man. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, of course, on there being no untouchables in this. I think it will make the rebuilds a lot more exciting, but I don't know, some people consider it cheating or whatever. Just let me know all of that down below and what you guys think. So, yeah, other than that, of course, you guys are new around here, man, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Do me a favor, join the community. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Hopefully we're back to the normal schedule. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.